Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. The best advocate for organ donation is someone who received an organ and survived because of it. Here to talk about that is first Joe Roth, President and Chief Executive Officer of New Jersey Sharing Network, and Denise Ely, transplant recipient and volunteer for the New Jersey Sharing Network. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
I'll get back to you in 1 second. First, what's the New Jersey Sharing Network?
The New Jersey Sharing Network is a federally designated not-for-profit organization that recovers organs and tissue for transplant in New Jersey.
And you get out the word about being an organ donor, and the best way to do that it was with someone like Denise.
Absolutely. Yes.
Tell us your story.
Well, my story is that I am 98 years old. Not really. My liver is 98 years old, but I'm really 63. And how that is that 22 years ago, I received a life-saving liver transplant from a woman who was 76 years old, who passed away from a brain aneurysm. So if you do the math, a 76-year-old woman, 22 years later, my liver is 98 years old, chronological age, and I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic.
Is there any question that you would not have survived had this not happened?
I would not have survived. I would not have lived. I had end-stage liver disease, and the only hope for me was a transplant, which I received, and otherwise I would have died, yes. I would not have made it.
As I said a moment ago, there's nothing more powerful than this. When you're trying to get people to donate an organ, these are the type of stories they need to hear. And there's many more of them.
Absolutely. Hundreds, thousands of people who've received transplants just in New Jersey. I mean, we've done well over 10,000 transplants in the last 30 years. I mean, coordinated 10,000 transplants, but...
and there'd be more if there were more donors.
Absolutely. There's over 4,000 people waiting for transplants in New Jersey right now. Most of them are waiting for kidneys, but a good portion of them are also waiting for livers, which is the second most needed organ for transplant in the United States.
Did you get to meet the person?
Yes, I did. I was very fortunate. At my 20th year anniversary, I decided I needed to meet the family. And there is a process that you have to go through, which I did. And my donor family is in Dallas, Texas. So 2 years ago, I went with my older son and traveled down to Dallas and met the daughter of my donor. Of course, my donor would be 98 right now, so her daughter is around my age and married with children and grandchildren. And Larry, it was one of the most incredible experiences of my life, and I believe the daughter's life too.
Right, what did it mean to them? Did they tell you to see you and understand that their mom was alive
and living through me in
Yeah.
a way? That's the way they looked at it, and they were happy that I had had a life, that I was able to raise as a single mother 2 sons through grade school, high school, college, to the young adult men that they are today. They were so pleased that their mother's liver allowed that, and also the great quality of life that I had after I had the transplant. You know, very healthy and feeling wonderful, better than before the transplant. So that really made them very happy.
Is this unusual that the donor recipient gets to meet either the donor or the donor's family?
It's not unusual. It doesn't happen enough because there are situations where the donor family is still going through their grief, or the recipient may feel some sort of guilt because somebody had to die for them to live. But we try to facilitate them if they're interested in doing that, and that happens quite often. And it's a very moving process when the families get to meet. We have many of those meetings in our offices in New Providence, and in her case, she went to Dallas to see the family.
So what do you say to people who are reluctant to be donors?
Why not? You know, I think that I'm an example of the success and the miracle of organ transplant. And why would you not think about the gift of life? Otherwise, what happens to you and your organs? Nothing. And you could give life to someone like me, who is a single mom with 2 little boys at home, and a life that is very quality, and a life that I've given back through volunteerism. So my question to them is, why not?
What are the statistics? Are most people donors now or not?
Not, especially in New Jersey, there's still a lag. About 35 to 38% of the people who could be registered are registered in New Jersey. That's something we keep working on. It's a public education effort. There's, people, sometimes decide that they'll let their loved ones know what their wishes are as opposed to signing up to be a donor.
And I'm running out of time. How can people get more information? How can they sign up to be a donor?
Well, they can go to our website, www.njsharingnetwork.org, and it's right there across the front, how to become a donor. And if they click on that button, it'll take them to register. Or you can do it on your iPhone now through the Health app. You can actually join a national donor registry on your iPhone.
Wonderful, and it was great to meet you and your liver.
Thank
you for coming in. You don't look a day over 95.
Oh, thank you.
Joe Roth, President and Chief Executive Officer of New Jersey Sharing Network, and Denise Ely, transplant recipient and volunteer, thanks to the New Jersey Sharing Network. Jersey Matters continues after this. Still to come on Jersey Matters, they are still renovating the State House. How long is it going to take, and how much is it going to cost? We'll find out when we come right back.